flat on your counter and it won't spill over on you. So that's just handy to have sometimes if you need to set it aside. So I'm going to use 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. That's a lot of cinnamon. Okay. And then we'll just kind of real quickly toss this cinnamon and sugar. I bet you guys could do this by yourself, right? Just stir real slow so it doesn't pop over the sides. Yeah, I bet you can. And then this is where you guys will be good helpers too. So when you do your biscuit dough, what you'll do, I like to take one of these flexible mats so it doesn't get my main surface dirty. And this is something really important. You want to flour your surface when you're working with dough. So I like to I have a big bin of flour and I just take some with a scoop and just sprinkle it on like that. Enough so that your dough won't stick on you. So then you just take one of your circles that you got and get a little flour on each side and make sure it slides around on you so that it doesn't stick. And this is one of our kitchen tools I love. This is the baker's roller. So this is like a mini rolling pin, which is handy because you can just do one little thing at a time, or you can even roll out dough right in your pie plate. So you don't have to do that tricky thing where you roll out your pie dough and then try to move it to the pie plate. So when you're rolling out dough, you roll it a little and then turn it, and then you can make sure it's not sticking on you. And if it is sticking on you, just add a little more flour, because dough can be a little tricky sometimes. And then what you're looking for is to get it about the size of this is the hand pie and pocket maker that we're going to use. This is a tool that lets you make little circle hand pies that you can eat without making a mess, or you can pinch it shut and make little half moon shaped pies, which that's what we're going to do today. So, and hopefully you guys can help me remember this each time I do this. One really important thing is to make sure you flour this before you put the dough in there. So what I did was I just poured some flour in a plate and I just kind of go like that to make sure that it's covered in some flour. And it looks pretty good. Okay, so I just like to check my recipe all the time to make sure I'm following each step. So it said to roll out the dough, and then we are going to place the dough on top, and hopefully you can see that. It's got like little crimped edges, and you want your dough to be about that same size. And you lay it on there, and then you take 1 tablespoon. This is a spoon that comes with it. You guys know what these are? You take 1 tablespoon.
The chocolate chip.
You're right. That's exactly what it is. So you take 1 tablespoon of these and you just pour it right in the middle. You think you can do that so far? And then you press this to seal. So what you do kind of quickly, you hold it like this and then pinch it shut, and then you pinch it pretty hard so that it gets sealed. And then if you floured it good, this will come out really easy for you. So look how pretty that little dough is that you just did with your tool. So then what you'll do, you'll set these aside. We're gonna put them on our baking tray. So let's do a couple more of them.
Okay.
So do you remember what you have to do first with this? Before. That's right, yeah. So you have to make sure you get plenty of flour on it. And then you take your dough, and same thing, hopefully you have some flour left. And you just get a little on each side, and you take your roller and roll it out till it's about the same size as this. So we put the dough in there and then take our spoon of chocolate chips, and this is the fun part. Pinch it shut, and then you pinch it really hard so that dough is crushed together. And then if you're lucky, if you have enough flour, it comes right out. And I am just looking at my oven. It looks like it is preheated and it's waiting for me to bake these. So I'm gonna do 2 more. I'm going to roll this out real quick. And then, so how many of these do you think you can eat? I'm not gonna make too many right now, but you can make as many as you want.
Oh yeah.
I'm thinking I could probably eat 2, and my son could probably eat 3. So we'll do 1 more, and then remember it's 1 spoon of the chocolate chips. And pinch it. And then when you do a couple of these, you start to get really fast. As long as you remember to flour it each time. So I'm going to do 1 more. So little flour on here. Have you guys ever used a rolling pin before? Like with Play-Doh?
I think I have.
Yeah, probably. It's a lot like that. And then, oh, I almost forgot to flour it. Have to remember to flour it. Okay. And then we're gonna get these baking, and then we're gonna do some pizza ones. So 1 spoon of chocolate chips, and make sure it's spread out to the edge. Pinch it shut really good. Okay, so when you bake something, a lot of times you need to oil your baking tray. So what I'm going to do is take this tray from my oven, and I have a oil spritzer. So we're going to pump that. And give this some oil, and that helps the dough not to stick. And what I did was I put one of these mats underneath so that mess doesn't get on my counter. Okay, so we're gonna do just 4 of these right now. And I'm gonna go over to the oven, and you have to make sure they're pinched shut so your chocolate doesn't melt out. And I'm silly because I used the wrong pan. There's 2 compartments, and I decided to use the one that uses this pan. So if you use some parchment paper, you don't have to worry about it sticking. That's what I like to do a lot with cookies. And then you hardly have to wash your baking sheet. Okay, so I hit start and the machine is counting down for me, so I don't even have to set a timer or anything. So let's do some pizza ones. So it's gonna be just like the chocolate ones, but this is gonna be pizza flavors. Does everybody like cheese and pepperoni?
You like cheese and pepperoni?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I think you'll like these then. So with the pizza ones, all it's gonna have in it is some cheese and pepperoni. Oh, I want to show you guys my favorite mozzarella cheese for pizza. I have it right here in my refrigerator. Let me show you.
Is it a little one?
So if you, Walmart of all places has the best mozzarella cheese. It's in this package, and it's 1 pound, and it's fresh whole milk mozzarella is what they call it. And it's got like just the best flavor to it. You can just eat it like it is. And it's always best to grate your own cheese because it melts so much better. The pre-shredded stuff has like a funny coating on it that you don't want. So we have a cheese grater. This is fun because you can use it like this or like this and just go straight over the bowl. So I'm just gonna show how I grated just a little, and you can even freeze this for a few minutes if it's too mushy. But this cheese is so good, I just snack on it all the time. But if you're doing your own pizzas, it's just the best one I found. So that's how easy it is to get some cheese grated. And I have some in a bowl here, so it's ready. Okay, so I have a little assembly line for the pizzas. I have that cheese, I have pepperoni, and then I took 1 egg and I broke it in a bowl and beat it. So I have some beaten egg wash. All it is an egg. So we're doing the same thing for the pizza ones as the chocolate ones. So we're taking our dough rounds. So you can actually use that ready-to-go pizza dough that's in a roll. I'm just using the biscuit dough because you can use a lot of doughs for pizza and they're all good. So we're doing that same thing where we just roll these out a bit. And this one we have to do a little extra step with the pizza ones. And I have to remember to flour this so it doesn't stick on me. Okay, that looks pretty good and floured. So for the pizza one, what you do, the same thing, you put it on there and then you do that same spoon, you do 1 spoon of cheese. And it's important just to do 1 spoon because it will explode on you. If you do too much, it'll melt all over in your oven. So you just put 1 spoon of cheese, and then you can take pepperoni, like 3 pieces, put it in there. And then same thing, you kind of just quickly, oh, I almost forgot something. So with these, what you do with the pizza ones, to help them seal shut, you take that egg wash and you take the silicone basting brush and you paint around the edge. This is actually kind of fun. You paint around the edge, just the edge, and that actually acts like glue to glue it shut. So you pinch that shut real quick and you do it real tight. I have somebody else coming back in the Zoom room here. Okay, so for these, let's put these on the baking tray. So while I do that, I was going to tell you guys about that air fryer. It's actually 2 in 1. It's a toaster oven on top and an air fryer on the bottom. And what's really cool is you can do, say that you're making 2 totally different things, like veggies and air fried potatoes on the bottom. If you put them both in at the same time, you can hit a button to say sync, and the machine will know when to get them done at the exact same time. And it does all the thinking for you, and it knows when, how long, and how to cook each device. So you don't have to worry about that thing where all your dishes get done at different times and it's hard for supper. So there's like preset settings on the top. It'll do your toast or your bagels or your reheat. And then on the bottom, there's different settings. There's the air fryer. You can use it as convection bake. There's this coolest setting called heat and crisp, where it bakes it like normal, and then at the end, it gives it a blast of air frying so that it gets to you those crispy edges. You could do like your wings that way. I have to remember to do my egg wash on this one. But I just love the smart air fryer because it knows the settings and I don't have to think so much. And it also knows to tell me when I'm supposed to flip things halfway through. It'll tell me, so I don't have to remember in case you get distracted. So here's 2 of these. Okay, and I think you guys got the idea, and I did a couple of these ahead of time, so I'll stop there. And really soon, our chocolate ones are gonna be done, and we'll pull those out. So let me show you what else we're gonna do to finish these. So I'll set aside my dirty dishes. And then one last thing you would do with these is, remember that egg wash? You would take it and paint the tops before you bake it. And this is actually pretty fun. It's a fun job to do. You just paint that egg on there. And then when that bakes, it'll make it really pretty. Like a pretty golden brown. And it'll make you look like a professional. And then if you want, right after you paint that egg wash, you can take some pizza seasoning. So Pampered Chef has the best Italian seasoning, and that'll add some extra flavor. Okay, so these are ready to bake, but I already baked some, so we don't have to wait. Okay, so I'm just looking, there's just a couple minutes left on our chocolate ones. And let's see, when those come out, what we're gonna do is dip them. Remember when we did that cinnamon sugar mixture? And I'm just double checking all the fun things we need to do. So when we take those out, we're going to melt butter, put it over the top, and then dip them in cinnamon and sugar. And if you remind me, we're gonna add extra chocolate on top too. So I'm just gonna give that 1 second while those finish. And I actually have some pizza pockets that I already baked. So there's actually a stone that you can get for the air fryer that's the exact right size. So these are pizza pockets. So let's see how these turned out. I'm gonna get a little plate here. And what you can do is get some, do you guys like to dip things? You can get some pizza sauce. Are you a dipper? You can get some pizza sauce. My favorite is the Chef Boyardee, but you just put that in a little dish, and you can warm it up if you want. Ooh, my mouth's watering thinking about this. And then these are nice and cool. So I'll put a couple of these on my plate. Let's see how these are. Okay, so this one has some cheese melted out of it. So I'm gonna dip it a little and then see if I can. See the pepperoni in there? Pizza and cheese, yum. And you can make these yourself.
They probably freeze pretty well, don't they?
Oh, I bet,
You
but
think?
well, mine would never make it that far with my teenager in the house. Yeah, I guess they probably would.
I mean, before you put the egg wash on.
Yeah, I'm
probably.
trying to think. I bet what you might want to do is freeze them like individually before you, like individually on a tray, so they're separated.
Yeah.
Freeze them and then put them in like a
Yeah.
gallon freezer Ziploc. So these are saying it's been 10 minutes. I'm just checking them. I'm gonna give them just a couple more minutes. Because I do like them to have just a little bit of brown on top to get that extra flavor. Okay, so while we're doing that, I just want to share a couple fun things with you guys. So right now, have you guys heard of the Snackle Box trend where you do all kinds of little different things in containers and then take it along with you so you have your own snacks with you? there are some fun things on sale right now with Pampered Chef, and my favorite one is the Snackle Box. So Pampered Chef came out with their own Snackle Box, and this is serious, this is legit. So there's several different containers in it, but what really makes this one cool is that there's freezer inserts that go in the bottom. I have them right here, I'll show you guys. So when you're going out and about, like your pool days or your beach days, you can take these freezer inserts and then you can have like your crackers and cheese or your lunch meats in here and do all kinds of combinations, and it keeps it cold like 4 to 6 hours. So you just seal that. So that guy is on sale right now. And I will email you guys. There's also the ice cream scoop on sale right now. So sometimes when people are here, you fall in love with the tools, and you can purchase them if you want. And there's a couple, like I said, that are on sale. And a couple other fun things right now. If you love a deal, there's always an opportunity with Pampered Chef. If you share a book with friends and collect $200 in orders, you can get 60% off an item. So like if you fall in love with the big air fryer or something, 60% off is a big deal. So I will share that special with you. And then also, I'm just looking, there's just a few seconds left on our chocolate churros. Also right now, I have a fun little gift. So I do this every single week, and we do a different cooking theme every week. And I love to do like seasonal, whatever's going on in the summer. I'm gonna be doing a fun VIP bingo. If you bring 2 friends back to one of these, I have a gift for someone who brings 2 friends back to one of these. I haven't even opened this box. This is a set of those 1-cup prep bowls, a set of 6 1-cup prep bowls with the lids on them. So if you come back to one of these with 2 friends, I will give you this brand new set. And I did just hear our chocolate beignets turn off. So these guys have been lifesavers. These are the new oven mitts. So they let you have a lot better control, like if you're getting into a smaller air fryer. Look at those, perfectly golden. So I'll just...
And I made good chocolate.
We'll peek inside of them here. Let's do the finishing touch where we take some melted butter and cinnamon sugar. So if you guys like breakfast food, you'll love these. So here is that melted butter. Normally I would use my silicone basting brush, but I already used it for eggs, so I can't right now. So I'm just gonna take a spoon, get some melted butter on top of these. Melted butter and baked dough. I wish you could smell it. That's a lot of melted butter too. Okay. All right. And then we'll take these, and they are kind of hot, I'm being careful, and dip it upside down in that cinnamon sugar. Ooh, look at that. So I'll do like 2 of them here. And I wonder if I can try one of these without burning my mouth yet. I guess I could wait just a sec for it to cool. This is the fun part. And you can use tongs to do this too. And then we can't stop there. We still have to add something more. So let's be careful with that melted butter. Let's take some extra chocolate drizzle. What do you think? So a little extra chocolate, drizzle it on top. All right, chocolate churro beignets.
Nice.
Oh, you got tongs, perfect. Yeah, that's what, because now my fingers are covered in cinnamon sugar, so I have to wipe them off. So let's give this a little test. I can't wait to try this. I wonder if I should take a knife and cut this in half. I'm afraid if I bite into it, I might still burn myself. Ooh, look at that. So in the middle, there's all that melted chocolate. Remember those chocolate chips we put in there? Okay, I do have to taste just a little. Mmm. Chocolate, chocolate. Mmm. If you guys make these, I think you will just love them. So when we're done, I know a couple of you are new, Stephanie and Lori. I have just a link. It's a really quick little 2-minute feedback form, and that helps me to know what your interests are. And then Stephanie and Lori, if you could drop me your email if you're able to use the chat, and what I'll do is email you these recipes. So I'm going to drop this feedback form in the chat. Hopefully you can grab that. And then also, I always like to ask everybody, what was your favorite tool from tonight?
I like the little, I guess.
The hand pie maker? This
Yeah,
guy?
there you go. Yeah, that was cute. A little
Yeah.
skivvy set.
It really is fun. Like, I know we talked about kid-friendly snacks, but these are every bit as fun for adults. I'm having a blast here.
You could do endless toppings in those.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And
You could even do a peanut butter and jelly or something.
oh, that's a good idea.
yeah.
That's a really good idea. You could even do like this baked biscuit dough with peanut butter and jelly in it.
Yeah.
And even dip it in, yeah, cinnamon sugar. Yeah, it's a great way to keep little hands busy, like during the summer days or even after school too.
I keep thinking of little peach pies with the glaze on them.
Pie dough, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're good for any of the pizza dough or the biscuit dough or pie dough. Kathy and Lori, what was your favorite?
I like the fact that you can roll the pie crust in the pan.
Oh yeah, with this guy. Yeah.
Yes.
Mom, I know
That's pretty
That's pretty wet.
amazing.
Yeah. Mom, I know you love that oil crust. I bet this would be good for that, wouldn't it? You just kind of stir up
Crust?
the oil pie crust.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Actually,
super.
it would.
My mom has a super easy recipe for, it's called oil pie crust, and you just like stir it together with a fork. I think maybe even in the pie plate. You do that.
Well, you can. I usually do it in a bowl
And then-
because I usually do enough for a couple crusts.
Oh, okay.
I like to
Oh,
do
yeah.
the top crust, and then you roll it between the wax paper.
Oh,
But that
okay.
little roller would be just an instantaneous fix.
Yeah.
To pop that out.
This is one of those things that's been around, boy, I've been doing this since 2000 and it was around forever before that. But yeah,
Well,
so
and Erica, honestly, when I did Pampered Chef, when I first got into it, that is where I actually got that oil crust recipe.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
But
interesting.
it was when you were little, so that says how long ago
Yeah,
I've been following that.
45 years they've been around, and I've been doing it 2000, so 26
Mhm.
years I've been using the tools all day, every day in my kitchen. So
Yeah.
yeah, so thank you guys so much for popping in. I know you might have bedtimes and that sort of thing, but Stephanie, I will email you, and Lori, I see I got your email, so perfect. So I'll email you, and if you could just do that quick little 2-minute form, that helps me a whole lot. And yeah, I hope to just stay in touch here. I'd love to hear, I love this because I get ideas from you guys all the time too. So I just love the back and forth.
Yeah, it's been great.
Good. Thanks so much for popping in. I'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, Mom, if you want to stick around 1 second, I can show you those pictures.
Oh,
Mommy,
yeah.
can you give me my lemonade?
Bye, Reese and Blair.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Nice to meet
Give me
you.
the lemonade. Mom, now can you give me the lemonade? You're good.